Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. This is going to be a continuation of my little pharmaceutical journal I didn't finish. I thought I would go ahead and do it upright on film so you could see all the things that I'm planning to do to it. I also picked out a paper that was going to be in the front and the back folder part pocket. And I'm going to cut that down to where it'll fit right in there so he can do some journaling on that. And I'll probably maybe make a few pockets out of it as well and put in through here somewhere. So he's got somewhere to tuck things. I figured out a closure for it, which we'll do here. We're going to finish off the little, whatever these are. The little prescription kind of identification things. I've got some more stamps over here to do. And I have a little metal item to put on the front as well. Okay. Oh, I do have some rub-ons as well. Those didn't get put in either, so we got all kinds of stuff to do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, here's the sneaky peek of the day, and it will be on this page. I have to do a flip through soon of my little tag journal. I did something like this in there, and it's where you would take and, like, I made a pocket, and then I put a frame kind of a paper around it, but then I was trying to stamp and do a continuation stamp. I don't know if you've ever done that, and that little bit of a music page around it kind of cuts that, but if you look real close, it does. It follows out. I have like a scroll stamp, and that's what I used here. I have like a little ticket here and a ticket there. This was like a daisy punch out, and I put that there. Got my snowflakes, of course, because it's winter. And then I have this just inside because it's got the colors. It's like a map. I have this little pad, and if I need a journal card really quick, there's all the colors that I would need in there. I got it from Hobby Lobby. I love it. Now, as you can see, I did a fabric flip the other day for the farm journal, and I never usually do it, but I did one here. Now, this is really sheer fabric, too. This is that stuff from the Dollar Tree, and I have feathers on this one. And then I did a trim, two trims. I got a pink trim here, and then this little floral trim to glue them all down. When you flip that up, you have the snow fabric. I know you've seen this fabric. A lot of people use it. Maybe they call it flocking. I'm not sure exactly what they call that. And then we have a pocket down in here. It's sort of I've got these little kids up here on this part. And then I've got this about the snowflake. Is one of God's most fragile creations, but look what they can do when they stick together. And this is just some kind of a little odd journal card that I stuck in here. I had to keep cutting it down because I didn't want it to cut the kid's feet off. So that's why it's so short. But it gets the job done. All right, let's put our mark in here. Of course, I ripped the page just to give it a little bit of interest there on both sides. The beginnings of my grunge period. Oh, I hope everybody's doing well today. And have plans to do something fun this weekend. Well, I'm on Sunday at the moment filming, so and I'm so far ahead. I doubt if whatever I would tell you would correspond with what you're doing at the moment. All right, let's get a few of these stamps out of the way. And we're going to finish putting in these little guys we had the other day. These are the from Scrapbooking with Me, the pharmacy items. I'm not sure exactly what she called them, but they were a Friday freebie just a few Fridays back. I think that's a good color for right there. So let's glue up the back side of that. I'm just using some stick glue. Glue stick, however you want to phrase that. I'm going to put it right in here. I'm trying to build like little collage elements in here. They may be a small collage, and then again, they may have more put on them in the future here. There's another one. Is that the same thing? That's glycerin and that's glycerin, but it's a different company. All right, so I need to find in here a page that I have not put anything on yet. This is one. So let's go ahead and put this great big one. Prepared chalk. Why would... Is that like a pharmaceutical item? Chalk? Huh, that's odd. Well, okay. So we're going to put this one in here, right over on this side. This color kind of goes with both of these pages really well. That edge kind of looks like it. Alright, I'm going to put one here. Go ahead, these are both red, so we'll go ahead and put this on here. That's all I got left. Poisonous. Not to be taken. Not to be taken lightly either. Well, it goes on that page, doesn't it? Alright, do I need... I don't need one out there. I need one more page. Come on, come on. I just didn't want two to be together. I guess I could put it on there. Yeah, or I could put it right here, because this one doesn't have anything. Perfect. Perfecto. Well, I got a few little stories or things to talk with you about today. One of them, I was looking through some notes, and I saw where my dad, when he and my grandma lived over at a house where she was actually buying it, he sent his, he was his nephew, Jimmy, my cousin Jimmy, sent him up to the store. And so, okay, we're going to start putting these little guys in here. You remember these. I was telling you I like that one strip of them that said Nature and Mason's Extracts. So anyhow, he makes a note, and he sends Jimmy up to the store, which was, 100 yards away, I think. But what it was, this store, you could have a tab. You didn't have to pay right up front. You could pay at the end of the month, I think is the way they work it, or the end of the week. I'm not sure. It depended on, I guess, how their store ran or what they would choose to do with you. Anyhow, so Dad puts spam on there. S-P-A-M. And he sends Jimmy up to the store with this note. And Jimmy didn't even read the note. I guess he was a young boy back then. So he takes this note and he hands it to the lady that runs the store there. It was Jackson's store. It's made into a house now, but it used to be a nice place for the community to go to buy their items, right? In the area. So she wraps up what he had on the note and sends it on back. Well, it just so happened that she couldn't read my dad's writing, and she sent spray. So Jimmy gets back there and gives it to Dad, and Dad opens it up and looks at it, and he says, "Spray? Why would I want spray? It said spam." So he gives him an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper and writes spam on it in huge letters and sends him back up there. Oh my gosh, it had to be embarrassing to little Jimmy. Oh my gosh. Oh, but anyhow, I need to put that in my story because I have not done that yet. I've got it. I would write stuff on all these little pieces of paper and receipts, and whenever somebody was telling me something, that's usually when I would try to write it down, So anyhow, we this green goes good with that green, so that's why I'm putting this here. I was going to ask, have you ever heard of you know, I'm sure you have heard of a first and a second cousin and a third cousin. But do you actually know what makes them that? Now, a lot of people think that their first cousin, their child, is a second cousin to them. No, that's not the way it works. It's actually that is your first cousin once removed. And then you have the uh, third cousin or second cousin. Well, if you want to think about it, the second cousin comes in when it's a grandparent and their sibling, and you come down from them. Like your grandparents' brother, they had a child, and then, you know, that was your second cousin. Or if they had a child, it's your second cousin once removed. So it goes like that. So yeah, it's very confusing because I know so many people think of it in the other way. They think of it as, you know, second cousin, third cousin, fourth cousin. But yeah, fourth cousins are pretty far removed, I'll tell you that. Because when I get on my ancestry, and it'll tell me I got a new cousin, more than likely they're fourth cousins, and it'll take you forever to figure out how they're related to you. It will. Take a long time. Okay, I think I might put that there. Everything I got sort of got a purple in it, but that's got a little green, so maybe that'll work. Yeah, when you get into doing your family tree, you got all kinds of things you got to look out for. I've seen some write-ups on it, and boy, they get detailed. All right. Maybe I put this. I think this is rosemary. I wasn't sure exactly why I wanted rosemary in this, but I know there's some herbs that they would have in with their pharmaceutical things. That's the middle, so I got a couple more for something back in here. Witch hazel. I've got stamps and things that can go on some of these pages. I figured I'd just put something on about all of them. Now, like that pink may go with that purple one. And it actually might. Yeah, it's got a, it almost looks like it's got a little pink in it. So let's put these two pieces here. And that'll be all of those. Okay, so I'm going to put this right here. I guess it was a, oh, it's talcum powder. God, isn't that the stuff that gives you cancer nowadays? Ugh. Guess back then that was a thing to use to put in your bathroom and to smell good, and little did they know. All right, so we have that all done. Now I have this little Title 4. And since it's red, we might just go ahead and put it here and get it off my desk, right? Right. All right. Let's see, where do I want to put it? Maybe like right here. It's okay that I'm covering up a little bit of that. That's okay. See, I'm trying to train myself. I'm not one that wants to cover something up. That is a bad habit of mine. It's I'm trying to get over it. All right, what are we doing next? Let's do... Okay, let's actually cut this down to get it ready to go in our back and our front, and then we'll have our pockets that we can put inside here. Okay, so let me get this, and we're going to measure how big we want this to be, like right there. And then I don't want it to show, so I'll do it right there. Okay, let me get the cutter. I had been recording Lonesome Dove. I don't know if you've seen that video. It's like a series, and it had Tommy Lee Jones in it, and what was his name? Oh God, the guy that played Gus. I loved him. I just loved him. I can't remember who he is. He was in The Handmaid's Tale as well. He was like, oh, the guy that was trying to get a baby on this girl they captured. Anyway, that was in like an old video or film of that. But anyhow, I missed it this Saturday. This Saturday, I guess it would have been the last show, and I missed it. I don't know what happened. All right, is this one? Okay, that'll make a good pocket with that skeleton head up there. But, I mean, I've watched it before. It was like, I think the 35th anniversary of it, and that's what they were showing it for the reason. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut this all the way out. Here. That's going to be for pockets. And then this little mark is going to be for my second big journal card. Okay. I might be able to make that into a tuck. Oh, yeah. It's got some good stuff on it. It's got the all-seeing eye. Alright, these two are my journal cards. I have to round the corners, and then that's it. I did cut some stuff up, but oh well. Let's cut this off. Actually, I'll leave that on there. I need to cut it in half, but I want to keep my skeleton head all in one. Let's see, how can I do that? Let's get it down here and see where that little thing will sink in. Right there. Okay. And I cut the, whatever that symbol is, cut it up too. Whoops. Alright, what do we need? We need it to be about right here. And right here. And then maybe the other little piece can be a tuck. Like I say, you can make anything and everything out of your pieces. Actually, that's going to be an awful little tuck, isn't it? Oh, now cut the candle. I'm cutting all the good stuff up. Alright, so let me go ahead and get this one cut. What is this? Let me just measure it so I know. Oh, 5.5. Okay, 5.5. Let's get in there with this. Let's do it backward. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Because there wasn't that much but a tree over here on this one side, so that's why. Okay, I'm going to use that as a side tuck in there somewhere. This is a pocket. This is a pocket. Pocket, pocket. I got 4 pockets. Good. Alright, I don't know about these two. I'm going to put them to the side. Yeah, I don't think they will amount to anything. So we're going to round our corners on our big guys. I may have to trim that. My cutter does not like me. Doesn't agree with me. So it leaves a fringed edge, but I think we're good. Alright, I like to do a big rounded edge on all of these. And big rounded edge on these. Okay, and we're going to cut, guess we cut a thumb punch in here somewhere. And we're going to cut, cut little pieces everywhere. Cut a thumb punch in each one of these. Try to get as close to the center as possible, right? Okay. Well, I've got a little bit of a fringe there. I think I can pull that off. There we go. Alright. That's it. Clean up our mess and let's get to gluing. Now, I'm not going to put these two in. I'm going to set them to the side because we still have to put our closure in there. So that'll have to be done. But first we'll get in here and see where's a good spot. That is a side tuck. This might be a good spot for this. Yeah, I like that. So let's put that down. It kind of goes with the rest of that cluster there. Huh. Okay. Oh, I want to do the shout out today. And the shout out will be to Jody Martin. Now, Jody's been watching me for a while. She says she's a non-commenter, so she doesn't comment a lot, but she does watch me all the time, which I appreciate. Thank you, thank you. And I asked her how she found me, and she said that back last summer when I was doing the train journal. Remember the train journal with the it had the Wild West theme to it as well. That's when she started watching me, and she said she loved my story that was in the Wild West journal. Now that was a story I just kind of made up. Some of it was realistic and some of it wasn't, because the guy that was in it, I was trying to make it work out to what I was actually had in the actual digital kit. So anyhow, I thank you so much. I really love that I can tell these stories and entertain y'all. And I mean, I don't want to tell you something, like about my health or about, something negative. I always try to do something positive and fun. So I really appreciate your support and for watching me and even just giving me a thumbs up or something. I'm happy with any of that. So thank you. And I really, really love what you've been sending me lately in the happy mail too. She sends some great happy mail. All right, let's see. I used this skeleton before where it was in the wall. It was in the Halloween journals. It was a skeleton trapped in the wall. All right, I guess I'm going to have to cut all these down. I cut them a little too big. Let's see if I can't just cut that with my scissors. I have a little hair on that one. Okay, let's cut a little bit off of this side. Yeah, and a little bit. I got to do a little bit over here because I think I cut it. So what? The pole is in the middle. All right. Coming along. Now, I'm not sure if any of you have ever looked through newspapers before. I mean, I've had to get in there and look for obituaries and such. And so we have to do that. That's what we do on our first day over there. We go to Charleston to the archives, and we will get in the obituary or the newspapers, and we look for obituaries and for our people that's in our cemetery. Well, we get stuck on all these interesting articles and things that we find. It's just fascinating. I'm going to cut a little bit off of that side. They're just fascinating. So we get stuck reading things half the time, but you find things that you wouldn't ordinarily ever find. And we'll call those our finds. That's what, yeah, real original, right? Yeah, that's what we call them, our finds, because we would never have found these people. I mean, I've found people buried in cemeteries that you wouldn't even know they were there. There's either no rock, no name, maybe no nothing. I got this one guy that was in the Murphy Cemetery. I did. That was before I got with Zach. And this guy, he didn't have a stone. He didn't have nothing. His grave was dug into the bank, and I could see where the bank was kind of dug into, but I thought maybe it had, a landfall or something there, or landslide, I guess I should say. That's what I thought had happened. No, I talked to my guys at the Dairy Queen. Now, when I first started going over there, that was when I was hanging with Sindora, and she was always trying to find stuff about her family. And what happened was she had heard a rumor that her grandfather was buried up in that one cemetery. So we ended up inventorying it. And that's what got me started in all this mess. So there's a group of guys that would always meet down there. It's the old guys in the neighborhood, shooting a breeze, having a meal, chatting about everything that was happening. They were the best source of information I've ever seen. We would be asking them stuff right and left, and like if somebody had just passed, they'd be able to tell us who they were and where they were and that kind of stuff. So the old guy that I found, I can't remember what his name was, but the obituary I found by luck, they were able to tell me exactly where he was. And sure enough, he's buried real close to where his wife's family was. All right, I'm getting the crocodile out here, and I'm going to have to get my ruler out to kind of give me an idea where the center of this cover is. And I'm using the side of my ruler that's got the 0 in the center, and this is a great item to have. I don't know how I'll live without it. I think 4.5 is my center. So I'm going to come out here to this spot right at the edge of my item, my item there, and I'm going to see if I can go to the back side and make a mark as well. Is that about right? I need to be up a little further. It's close. I got to put an eyelet in there. So what we got to do is I got to put an eyelet in this back one, but only in the one. I'm not doing both because I won't have a pocket no more. So we're doing a big eyelet, so we need a big hole. So let me get it in here, and I'm going to poke it right here. I'm going to look through the circle and do that. Now, file folders are pretty strong, so I might not have to worry about anything. Now, I'm going to do a small hole here because this doesn't have but a very small little neck on it. Those are hitch fasteners. Those are my very favorite things to use to try to make a closure with on journals. They're made by Tim Holtz, and through him, but they're very easy to use. You have this little piece that you go up through there, and then this just screws right on. Now, if you wanted to put you a little bit of glue on it to keep it that way, keep it on there, you can. I need to see if I can. There we go. I usually will get in here with a screwdriver. I'm trying to find it over there. So just a flathead screwdriver. I'll get in there and I'll hold the little ball and I'll try to pinch it a little bit more. There we go. That's all I needed. Oh, I put this away. I needed it. Okay, so we got to use this to put our eyelet in. And let's see what I got in my nose. Okay, that's the right thing. So we're going to put this in here like that. And then the little nosy part there, you have one part that's going to be on the back side, which is that. And then you have the big one here that goes through the front, the top, and then you pinch it. Okay, oop, I wanted to take it with me. I don't think it pinched it all the way. I have trouble with this sometimes, so I'll flip it around to a smaller one, and then I'll go back in there and do it again. It might just be the way I'm using it. I don't know. Oh yeah, much better. See how it closed it? It's rounded. It's not rough. It might have a little trouble. It's not very thick. That's the only problem. So putting something in there, he might have to watch. It might, hit it. Okay. Now all I was going to do after that was put a string in it. Let's see if I got a spare string down in here somewhere that would do the trick. No, don't want that. I wanted some jute. Oh, here's some. Oh, it's perfect color. I don't even know what that is. Let's get rid of that. But anytime I'll trim off of my pieces, what am I wanting to say? Anytime that I've trimmed off of where I've tied in a signature, that's what I was trying to say. I will usually keep those strands, especially if they're long enough. I might be able to use them for something else, and usually it's this. Now, see, all I have to do is bring it around here and figure out where to tie the knot. And so, I'm thinking, come on now. I'm thinking that the knot needs to be about right there. Maybe add a little further. Just depends on what I plan to put in here. But I think that's good. So we're going to cut that off right there, and I'm good. And then all you do is you bring it around, and you wrap it around there. And see, I got a little bit of give, so that's good, because I plan to do a little bit more to it. Now, another little goodie that I found to put in here. Now, I bought these, I don't know, about a year or so ago. They were on clearance, but because they were Halloween. And I got them at Joann's, but I'm going to glue that down right there. Now, instead of me putting eyelets through there, which will also possibly hook your card as you're going in, or whatever else you took in, I got hardware heads. And what I'm going to do is probably take these two and put on top of there. I probably need to color them up a little bit. So we're going to play around and see if we can do that. Okay, I've not used alcohol ink yet, but I got some because I was forever seeing them use it on pieces of metal like this. And it's supposed to dry up really quick, so I'm hoping this type of a piece of this would work. Ignore my writing and stuff on there. Oh, sometimes I make notes on my scrap paper. Okay, so we're going to, I guess they're all different colors. One's caramel. What is this one? One's caramel, one's ginger, and one's latte. I think the caramel may be the best one for this. I'm trying to get it to match the colors here. So let's try that. I also have some distress crayons, and I guess you just shake it. Do you shake it? Or permanent fast drying. Okay, we're going to experiment. I don't think I can hurt anything. All right. Oh, it bounced on there quick. So I want to put some here like that. A little bit on the... Ooh. It kind of covered up the top. Oh. As you can see, I have not used it. Oh, and they smell like alcohol too. All right, let me see if I could move him out of that puddle. But I just wanted something to give me some color. Something different, you know. And then I think you can still see the apothecary. I don't need any of these other colors. I think what we'll do next is the crayon. Okay, I'm finding out that I'm having to turn it upside down to get like the extra out of the little cracks. And then I'm turning it back over. And I'll probably hit it with my air gun or my heat gun. See, I had a whole big puddle of it down in there. So let me hit this with the heat gun and then I'll be right back. All right, let me just bring it over here. I keep forgetting my promise to you where I'm going to show you on film and not do it to the side. All right. This ought to dry it up really quick. And I like that I can see these darker spots in there. See them? I love that. All right. I don't know if I'm going to mess it up now with this distress crayon or what. But let's see. I'm trying to figure out. I think I want maybe some black. Maybe that will be the best way to go. And usually you have a little bit of water to dab your finger into. So I'm going to do that right here. Okay. And we're going to put this. Now you can do it directly or you can do it just on your finger. Let's try it on my finger first. So put a little bit of water in there and get that shade, and then let's see what we can do here. I think what the girls usually do is put it on the piece and then they go over it. Maybe that's what they do. Oh, that's bringing out the words really well. Maybe that's just what we'll do. Kind of rub it across there. Yeah, I like that. It brings that out and then leaves my brown in the background. Yeah, we'll go this way. We won't worry about the water. I'll probably hit it with the heat gun. Yeah, you can see it a whole lot better that way. Yeah, I like that. And I'm not going to worry about the screw heads, the hardware heads. I don't think I need to add any extra color to them at all. So let's do this. And I'm probably going to hit it again just to heat set it. I think it heat sets if you do the hot air on it. So let's try that. Get that out of the way. I didn't even need that, did I? All right, let's try to heat set it. It's kind of waxy on your fingers, so I'm sure it's sort of waxy on the items as well. Oop, I didn't see the letters. Whoopsie. All right. All right, I'm going to let that dry for a minute. And then we'll see if it heat sets it. So let's work on something else. All right. Let's get in here and work on some stamping. Now, sorry, I'm over digging in my goodie bag. Now, I did this the other day. These are those clear Avery permanent rectangle labels, but they're see-through. And this one turned out really nice, so I'm going to use that one. And I'm going to go on back in here where I don't really have anything. And we're going to use that. Maybe like with this one. And it just, it didn't, I didn't do it good enough. Look, oh. Well, that ends up where I'm going to have to just, I'm going to just have to stamp it. I have to be careful. That was the first time I'd used those things, and I really didn't know, what to do for them or with them. So we're just going to get our stamp pad up here, and we're going to go to town with them. All right, let me get this out of the way and let it sit behind me for a little bit. And we'll get this out. I really like this one, so we're going to use it. Okay. I love that little tendril of fern hanging down. I think it'll stamp fine. And I'm using my VersaFine pigment, Onyx Black, my favorite, to get these really bold letters to come out. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to set that right up here on the top, kind of at the side, like that. Yeah. Push down. Make sure I get all my words. There we go. Oh, yes. Wonderful. That stamped really well. I like that. Okay. Next, we have one here that's like a postage stamp kind of thing with a fern. I really like that one. Let's see where I can put that. Yeah, that might go good right there. I probably need to just set that on top of there. I've showed you that before, right? I'm seeing other people do it. I'm not the first one, but I think it's a cool idea. You take the lid and set it catty corner, and if you're going to stamp multiple items, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so we're going to hit this right here. See if we get it. I think I went off the paper. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I kind of went off the paper, but that's okay. It kind of gives you something different to look at up there. Now, that one section did not print. So let's see if we can guessify it. Whoop, I did it. Oh, it's called Irish Luck. All right, I think this one. Yes, this was a pharmacist as well, but it's sideways, so the mushrooms go up. Let's go on back in here. Yeah, right beside the liniment. That's a good spot for it. Okay. And we're going to put it right on top. Kind of right on top. In the center. And I hope I've got... I might have to slide something under there. Hang on. Well, I slid that up under it, but I moved it just a little bit. But my mushrooms didn't come out all the way. Rats. Yeah, that one's... I can see that black still on this one. So let's see if we can't do like this. And I can get that little bit right there. Well, it still didn't do it, did it? Worst comes to worst, you use a pen. And just kind of draw it in. There we go. Two little dots and little squiggles. That looks good enough. Kind of finished it off. I love these little marker or little micron archival ink. You can do any kind of fussy drawing and things like that with them. I get them at Michael's. I've gotten them at Hobby Lobby. I've found them in a bunch of different places. So they're very good to have for different things. All right, what is that one? I like this one. It's got specimen on it. So let's use that one. And I got a little bit black on there. Didn't want to keep. So let's ink this up while we figure out where we want to put specimen. Oh, maybe in this little grouping. Okay. Specimen. Right there. Hopefully. I probably should be putting something flat behind it like my clipboard. Oh, that turned out good. Okay. So that's all I'm going to do in that one. All right, next I'm using this, the Rest in Peace one. It's got like a little RX label right here. It's got poison. It's got the Red Cross. So those were the things off of here I was going to use. Plus, there's something here about the bones and nerves and muscles. I thought I would use that as well because that's part of his thing, being a RN. So let's get this on here. Yeah. Figure out where to put it. Apothecary. I'll just put it right here where it's got apothecary. Yep, perfect. Perfect. Now we're using the poison. Although I've already got poison on here in a couple spots, why not have it again? Let's see, where's that? Okay, it's right there. So let's go on back in here. Now that's the place that I want to have. Here, I'm going to hold him to the side. Let me get a longer... Oh, don't let me bump you. A longer one, because this is where I want this, the bones and muscles and nerves kind of situation. We're going to put that right here. Or maybe we'll do it over here. I think that might be flatter. See if I can get... Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we can get it on the bottom of this page. So, I'm calling it a pharmaceutical book because, of course, he deals with medicines and things like that. But he's actually a nurse. So, it's kind of twofold. I guess they go hand in hand, don't they? So we're going to do our Red Cross thing as well, somewhere in here. And we got to figure out where that needs to be. And I'll keep my clipboard handy. All right, let's go on back in here and see what we can see. I don't really have anything else that really says pharmacist, do I? Kelly's Pharmacy. Nope, that's already a stamp with a stamp. I don't think I want that. Maybe I'll stick it up here. Let's do that. And I feel some bumpiness behind it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. But yeah, we're going to do our Red Cross. I love to see all the different makes that Tim Holtz people do. And I remember when they did this kit, this digital, and boy, did they go all out. There was this one that had this skeleton dressed up like a nurse, and I think this Red Cross was like part of the hat. And that was so cool. I get so inspired seeing things. Oh, that reminds me. Tommy showed me something called a peekaboo pocket, and I got an idea for it. Something different. And if I don't write it down, I won't remember it. So maybe I need to do that. All right. Anything else in here? I think I had something else, didn't I? What is that one? Oh, that's a pharmacist. Yeah, okay. I thought there's 1, 2, 3. Okay. Maybe I had 4 things in here. Yeah. Just going back here and see if I can put that somewhere. This doesn't have anything with it. I don't think I like it with that. Let's keep going. That one already has a pharmacist, or does it? Yeah, it's got the word pharmacist there. That one does as well. I guess these were all pharmacy advertisements. Let's go back to the beginning again. What if we do it right here? That's pretty flat. I don't think I need anything under it. So we will put it right there. put it kind of to the side. Yep, good. It went good. All right. Now, I did have something else from this kit, and I had it over there on the side, already on this stamp block, but it was poison. So we're going to put our little poison guy right here. There we go. That's good. I knew I had something else. I'm also going to use this one called Foreboding. I want the skeleton head, and I may do the candle as well, and the speckles. Yeah, this, that, the. I'm just everything. Yeah, I like the skeleton here, and this one sort of looks like the same thing. So we're going to actually put him up there, and it's pretty flat. I don't think I need to put anything under it. And yeah, just kind of have our skeleton kind of going all throughout. This will go good with it. Trying to get that ink to go in there well. It's kind of like not sinking in as well as it should. Okay. And the candle, I messed up here, so maybe I should put a candle in here. That was one of the other reasons I got this. I love that drippy candle. That's what he calls it, a drippy candle. Okay. I'll put him here, get the drippy candle. He can go on a smaller one. I'm going to figure out where to put him, though. Drippy candle. Ooh. Maybe right there. That's good. It needed something else right there because I didn't think it looked finished. I'm running out of items because I've only got some rub-ons left. Okay, that's pretty flat there. Okay, mash it down. There she goes. But it's, like I said, if it doesn't go all the way down, instead of going in, you don't think you're going to get that that ink, the stamp pad to hit just right, go in with a marker, a little Sharpie marker, and just enough to make your eye look at that and see that it's the same thing. There we go. And the speckles. I really like them because it makes stuff look old, but we are going to use probably this for that. I just got to figure out where I want the speckles. Maybe I'll put some right here since we're on this page. And a lot of times I'll go and just scrape across because these have a concave area in the middle and they just don't do well. I have trouble getting them to put the ink out. Oh yeah, see? Just like that. And that's going to really enhance a lot of this in through here. We won't do it everywhere. We'll just do it, you know, maybe like right here is a good spot. I don't think this up here looks like it's finished or something. Kind of gives it something, something to tie it into those colors. Oh. And let's see, what else? That's got enough stuff there. Maybe right here with these words. Right here. Yeah, it needs a little something there. And up in here. I'm looking back to see what else I've got. Let's go ahead and do it. Okay. And I'm going to do some rub on there. I think that's what I'll do there. And let's do some here with these skeletons. Like right in the middle of them. Yeah. And maybe a little bit over here with this one. Yeah, there we go. Oh. All right. Let me get this one put away and do the next one. Okay, now I'm going to be working with the remnant rubs. This is specimen. And so I just need to cut out some things to put in here. I like this name of remitter because it's at the beginning of my piece here, and that might be what he wants to do, put his name there. So we're going to do name of remitter right there. And then I use this little ball tool. Oh gosh, what was that? Anyhow, I use this ball tool where you usually will make flowers with, and that's what I use here instead of one of those lollipop sticks or whatever you call those, tongue depressors. And usually it does a good job. Usually with the lollipop stick, I just don't get a good enough transfer. Well, I'm trying to get that off. There we go. Once you get started, it'll come off. There we go. Name of remitter. And we're going to go back through here and find a few places to put stuff. Here's like somebody's signature or something. So I'm going to put them right here. Maybe at some pharmacist's signature that left it right here. Okay. Next, we have, do we want something up in there? I'm looking at the registered and kind of like that. And we're going to put that kind of right here. These are fun. You can just kind of pick a spot, figure out what should go there, and go to town. I don't know if I got anything that would go with this crazy skeleton area. How about evidence? Evidence might go. We're into murder mysteries, him and me. So, I love Matlock, Murder, She Wrote. I've just recently got back into watching Murder, She Wrote. I used to love her when I was younger. Watch her all the time. And I've asked people if they realized that she was actually in National Velvet. That's it. Yeah, National Velvet. So some people didn't realize that. All right. Poisonous, not to be taken. How about lost and found? I knew there was some in here that could kind of go either way with however you would want to use it. We're going to go and see if we can put that right here. See, they're small, but they add a little bit of oomph to your page. Especially when you're putting a word in. I mean, you're always needing some kind of word. Yep. And that one. Now, I've got these numbers, too. I got those at the Dollar Tree. And I've been needing to use up the rest of these numbers. So we're going to actually go in here with a number on this one. Just for something different. And this big old 9. Big old 9. Put him right there. Since this has to do with calculations and measurements and dosages, that kind of thing, I thought it would work with the numbers. There we go. And I'm wondering if I need something. Let's just do destination. I got some things in here I need to squeeze in probably just to use this up. I've got 2 of these. We have a date. Let's do the date. I'm trying to cut that over there and I was getting wishy-washy with my fingers. There we go. See if we can put that right here. 1932. Oh. Yeah, I call him my little doppelganger because, you know, he likes the same kind of crazy crap that I do. He's very artistic. We're born one day apart, though, you know, many years apart. So it's very interesting. And we're forever saying jinx because what we do is we'll get on here, like, we don't live in the same state at all. Like, actually, there's a state between us. But he and I will get on and let's put that right there. That's a good spot. It kind of ties and empties that hole there. But yeah, he and I will get on our messenger. And we'll get on there, and then we'll open up all these other windows. We have a West Virginia Culture Museum thing where it's got the birth, death, and marriages. We open that up to look at things. We have our Williamson Daily newspaper where we can look up obituaries if it's before 2000. We open that up sometimes. We have, like, did I say Ancestry already? Because we open our Ancestry and it's got all kinds of documents and things on there. And we'll usually get on there and do some stuff as well. Especially if we're looking for somebody. It's when we're wanting to fill out the marriages and the death and the births, that kind of thing. We sometimes have to get on there and search and find things. So, we'll get on there and we'll work together. And he might have stuff in his family tree program where he's already found something. Or I've already found something and we can give it to each other to help finish out. I need another number. Let's do this big 8 on this page. It doesn't have anything. So yeah, it's real fun. We just and then a lot of times he'll have found it and is sending it to me, and the same thing with me. I've found it and I'm sending it to him. So that's when we'll say jinx, because we did the same thing at the same time. And I'm bad about not reading completely the sentence before I'll jump in and say something. So he'll say, well, I just said that up there. I said, whoops, I didn't read it all. Woohoo. All right. I'm going to put Agent 8. I don't know why, but I'm going to put that here. I'm going to use this little agent. Isn't that the name of something? Wasn't there something? Oh, that's Agent Orange. Whoops. Okay. Sort of along the same lines, but not quite. I don't even know if I've got midway through here yet, have I? So basically, this is what you do. You just keep going and going and going. And I was going to use up a good bit of these just so I could have a nice look in here. Okay, what else did I... Oh, I have some stenciling I want to do as well. So, let me get off of here. I'm going to finish this part up that I feel to do. I'm already about halfway through. Then we'll come back and do the stenciling. Okay, I have these two stamp and stencil sets. This one is Speckles and Honeycomb. And this one is Mesh and Typo. But, you know, this one's THMM 121. And this one that has a lot of specimen items with it is THMM 111. So, I want to use both of the stencils just kind of willy-nilly through here. Let's find... Maybe I'll do a little bit here. And it's going to be in the vintage photo. This one has letters and numbers, and I thought I would just put a few of those on here. It's going to be kind of light, so you can still write over it. It's just to give it something to look at. Yeah, it's very faint, but you can see it. I'll probably get a little darker on up in here, maybe in this page. Let's do a little bit up here at the top. We'll catch the ABC this time and maybe get a little darker. Yeah, that's good. Ooh, I messed up my P. That's the only thing. You've got all these little giblets that stick out, and you got to watch out for them. And you've got to try not to bend them. And I bent that one pretty good. I don't know what he's doing there, but I did. Okay, back here, we'll go a little bit more. Just kind of right here in the center. Just kind of gives you something interesting to see. Now, that's from my rub-ons. I got all those done. Thankfully. Now, I got one back here. It's got a little bee on it. Where'd that go? Right there. I got a little bee right here, so I'm going to do the honeycomb one up in here. So I thought that would work out good. And then we're going to kind of swirl it over this way, just a tad, to try to blend in to all the other items that are on here. Yeah, that looks good. Now, let me find another spot up in here to go honeycomb and mushrooms. Maybe that goes together. We'll see. Am I in screen? Sorry. So let me do a little bit of swirling right in here. Yeah, that looks good. And then maybe one more up here. This one's pretty white. So we will do something here. Yeah. Needs a little sun, doesn't it? Yep, that looks good. I like it where it's kind of hodgepodge on there. This one could use something because it's white too. I don't know what you'd say. Honeycomb has to do with pharmacy, but I can tell you something. That it did. Honey plays a part in wound healing. Like back in the Middle Ages and stuff, when you didn't have penicillin or any of those things. You had where they would coat your wound with honey. And it's either got antiseptic situation in the makeup of it or something. But it'll keep any germs and anything from getting into your wound. And, I mean, you could look that up. I was amazed. I was looking stuff up for, you know, my husband's bees and stuff one time, and I saw that and I was just amazed. Okay, the last thing we want to do for our book is to glue on our apothecary. Now, did it dry? Did the heat set it? Yeah, pretty much it did, because it's not coming off on my finger now. I know I got some dirty fingers, but it's staying on there. Excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, we're actually going to glue that on at the end. We're going to do the flip through now. Then we'll get in here and do, you know, put the apothecary on the front. I'm going to put it right across there. Okay, so we got our big journal card up inside here. It's got esoteric symbols and such all over it. We have this. Looks like a list of medicines, maybe. Shoes, yeah. I have a rub-on here where he could put his name. And then we got the bottles. And I've got some stamping on here. It seems to connect it all. You know how it was like one thing here, one thing there, and it didn't look like they all went together at first. Now they sort of do. When you keep layering and layering, and I'm not talking about right over top of something, but right beside it, where it looks like it's all connected. Like here I just put evidence, and I think that really helps because it ties into the black here. And so I've got just a little bit of the rub-ons all throughout here. And I got the date there and a number. And then I put destination here because I had this big empty spot between this and that, and it hurt my eye. It hurt me. So I put that in there, and boom, it connected it all together. I got not invoiced over here. I don't know why. I put Agent 8 here. I was trying to use up those numbers. I did. They're gone. I've got just a little rub on here. It may need a little bit more because of all this writing over here. I may come in and do another one in this spot. Here I've got shipment collect and a 6 over here, and that really helps. The circle reflects this circle. So you want to do something like that. I've got figures right here. And then here, I don't know what 4 Chronicles means, but I just put that there. And then I did a circle. I've got specimen and 2 figures there. We've got quite a few things. I wanted to get that one going. It needs probably maybe some stenciling as well. How about we get back in there with this guy and do a little stenciling. See, you always do your last, I call these last looks. It's where I'm going to go back through and see what else I want to add to this, because it's got a want. It's got a want. It needs something, you know. So we're going to do something like that. And maybe we're going to carry that little baby all the way over to this other side just to give it some color. You know, it didn't have any color. So there, we're going to hold that out and see if we might need it again. Oh, and I love this page. I just love it. All right, and that one, I guess I could have got a little closer over here, but that's all right. I got curiosities and an @ sign, and 8 is greater than 6, and some kind of other little rub-on. But see, the black is up here now, so it kind of makes the page all work together. Over here, I've got collector and 6 and an asterisk. Oh, gosh. I mean, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to. It could just be fun. And that's the best part. Now, up here, I just put this little extension of a number. And I like that. And I put a 1 down here to give it some boldness. And we got a few rub-ons here. I didn't do anything else with that. Here I put some rub-ons here and here to fill in those holes. And then we have the skeleton here. I was getting down to next to nothing, so I put a book number and a number going that way, and a greater than. Oh well. And then you saw me do this one. This is the one with the B, and I did a rub-on here. And it kind of all works together now. The purple kind of pulls out, but so does the pink. And it doesn't make that look red anymore. It looks pink. Here I just did a big 0 and that kind of filled that in. And I have my pretty stuff from Beverly, and I just did a little bit of a rub-on and a bracket or something. I didn't put anything up here. I kind of wonder if I need to. So it may be that I come back in here with a little bit of this. Just a little bit around the edge. How about that? Let's see what that does. And just a little bit more this way. Yep, see? Just a little bit goes a long way. Check that out. I got a little bit on there, but yeah, it looked like it was all alone on a desert island, and now it's got friends. Yeah. I put a little weird looking symbol from my numbers there. That probably could use something else. And then we're at the back, and we have our big journal card back here. So we need to do our apothecary on the front, and it will be done. I might get in here and do a little bit more twitching. You know how I am. Oh. And we're going to use fabric tack for this. Get in here with my fabric tack, because I think it'll make it stick a whole lot better. And all we're going to do is put us a layer of this. I'm going to have to get in there and practice some more with those alcohol inks. I kind of like it. I see where people use them also with their jelly plate. I'm not so sure you're supposed to, though. I might have to read more on that. Now this, I'm going to have to put a dot. Oof, I don't want to put a big dot, though. That's the thing. There. To hold that down. Keep that from coming out. Now let's see what we can do. I think I need to set something on here as well to make it go flat. Let me knock that over a little bit. There we go. And I think she's done. I just need to put maybe something like this on it and hold it down. Yeah, I think that'll do the job. All right. Thank you, all my subscribers and viewers for coming by to see me. I'll probably link a little something here at the end for you to watch. And everybody have a great, great day. Bye-bye.